Hello everybody, this is IAmTheChezz here, and today I'm actually just going to bring you some news. Not about me or Wizard101, but actually a new game called Pirate101. It's not out yet, but it's actually being developed by KingsIsle Entertainment, which is why the name is so similar to Wizard101, because it's by the same people. But it's also quite unique, and there's actually a website so you can go read about it and see what's coming up, and it looks very interesting. Basically, you're a pirate, obviously, and the world is running amok. There's different factions and different worlds. They're all just kind of fighting each other, and you're just trying to control everything. But what kind of stands out to me is the fact that instead of like being fire or ice or myth or whatever, you choose different classes for your pirate. You can choose things such as the Buccaneer class, which is kind of just like the heavy warrior, just kind of like going in with all guns a-blazing, just brute strength. And you get the heaviest armor, the biggest weapons. I'm guessing it's kind of like Storm. It's just like heavy hitting, you know, everything. You can just wipe everything out instantly, but you do have your drawbacks. You also have the Musketeer class, which is kind of, they use things like muskets, like actual guns and stuff, to fire more at long range rather than running straight into the battle with swords and stuff. And also use traps and obstacles to kind of make the enemy have a more difficult time. And they're more long range type stuff. You have the Privateer class, which are kind of like the support class, kind of like Life. They can heal people and heal their companions and kind of just support their team. You have the Swashbuckler, which are really good at, they're kind of like a sneaky class. They sneak up on the enemies, and they aren't very tough, but they're very good at dealing damage. They're very quick on their feet and skilled with blades, and they look like raccoons, so that's cool. Then you also have the Witch Doctor, which are basically like the wizards of the pirate world. They use arcane and magic and fire blasts and stuff like that, and they can also summon minions to kind of help them in battle. But also, everyone gets a minion, well, a companion. It's basically something that you can, it's basically like your own little pet, only it actually aids you in battle and can follow you around similar to a pet, but it's actually more helpful. It's not just kind of for looks. And you can level it up, and you know, it gets new abilities and etc, etc. So that's kind of cool. Also, the combat's quite different. I mean, it's still a turn-based game, but it seems like there's a lot more strategy involved. There's actually movement involved with combat, and you actually get like a planning period before it starts where you can kind of plan out what you're going to do before each move, and I think there's a lot more strategy involved. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but I think I'm welcome to try it. But what's also cool is victory might not always be just, you know, defeat the enemy. There's also certain situations where you might have to do a certain objective in order to win the battle, such as like collecting certain items or protecting your ally. You have to like make sure they don't get defeated or you'll be defeated. You have to survive a certain amount of waves or turns without getting defeated. Defeat like the boss, the king, you know, whatever, or just complete it in a certain amount of turns in order to win. So it's pretty interesting, and also like a lot of the enemies and the places are very similar to Wizard101. Marleybone was mentioned, Krakatopia was mentioned, Mushu was mentioned, and also some of the enemies and players in the game look similar, such as sharks and crabs and the dogs, but it's all more based obviously in a pirate-esque type setting. Another big feature that I think is really cool is that every player is going to have a ship, and you can actually travel from place to place on these ships on little like skyways. It's not like in the ocean, it's like in the air, so that's kind of unique. And you can battle, you can actually have sky battles with other ships, so I think that's really cool. I mean, rather than just like, ooh, play a card and when a monster comes up, you can actually like fire cannons at the other enemy and stuff. So I think it's really cool. I'm not really sure if like your friends can get on your ship and help you, but I mean, regardless, I think it's a really cool dynamic. I think it's a really cool thing to add into the game to make it, to set it aside from most games out there. And of course, you can customize your ship, unlock new cannons, new like sails, change the colors. So it's really like a personal ship. It's your ship. It feels like it's your ship, and you're not gonna look the same as 50,000 other people. So it's pretty unique, and the combat's unique, and there's different ways to get around. So overall, it's very different, and it doesn't feel, the overall concept is the same, but everything's very unique in comparison to Wizard101. So it's not like, ooh, should I have this or that? They're both the same, I just need to pick or choose. I think they're both worth playing. They're both unique in their own ways. And again, it's not out yet, but you can go to the Pirate101 website and sign up, and you get a chance to be in the beta, It's not guaranteed, but you get a chance. It's a drawing. And if you get into the beta, you can play it before it was released, let them know what you think of it, get to test things out, and etc., etc. So I think that's really cool, because I didn't get to play the beta for Wizard 101. I joined, right after Dragonspire was released. But to play this, get my hands on it before anyone else, it'd be really cool. And of course, if that ever did happen, I would bring you videos and show you it. But, yeah, go sign up now, keep tabs on it. I'll tell you when it's released. But just keep an eye out, because it's definitely looking like it's going to be a pretty entertaining game. The worlds are nice and open, and they seem, just as creative as any of the Wizard 101 worlds. And I just think it'll be a nice breath of fresh air in comparison to Wizard 101. Just something new. Rather than waiting for an update, you can play a whole new game. So I think it's cool. Pirate 101, definitely go check it out. It looks cool, and just keep an eye out for when it's released. So yeah. You'll definitely be seeing me on there, and yeah, that's about all I have to say. This is the Chezz, signing out. Peace.